my 2,700 citizens, innocent people who died on September 11, and the soldiers at Fort Hood who died with a man yelling, Allah Akbar, or the Jewish people who were just sitting there being shot and killed just a few weeks ago in France because they're Jewish. You know what they all have in common? They have in common a movement the President of the United States will not recognize. They have been murdered, they have been slaughtered, they have been raped, they have been tortured, they have been beheaded, they have been burned by a movement that the President of the United States will not recognize. What is wrong with him? Is there no passion? Is there no passion for the lives of these innocent people? Is there no caring for them? Do you know what the slaughter at Fort Hood was described as? Workplace violence. Workplace violence. This is a captain in the United States Army who had become a jihadist 2 years before, who was communicating with Afghanistan and Pakistan and Yemen. It doesn't take a genius to figure out the cause for which he was murdering. He told us, Allah Akbar. But the President of the United States doesn't see the connection. Just the other day, he called the slaughter of those Jewish people in France a random act. Mr. President, wake up! Come off the golf course! Come back on Earth! These people have all been murdered by a movement. I agree. It's diverse. I agree it has many forms. Al-Qaeda, ISIS, Al-Qaeda in Yemen. Self-generated jihadists like the Boston Marathon killers. But it's connected. It's connected by two things. It's connected by a common ideology, which is the misuse of the Islamic religion for the purpose of defending the slaughter and desecration of human beings. And it's united by one other thing: money and support from the regime of Iran. Those are the two things that connect it. And our president is sitting down and negotiating with the regime of Iran. Iran has probably been responsible for more American deaths than any singular terrorist group. So let's review the agreement, because this is really what's at stake here. And then one other thing that's so important. Iran wants, it says, the peaceful use of nuclear power. Iran has 300 years of natural gas and oil reserves, and they haven't started fracking or hydraulic drilling yet. They may have 1,000 years of reserves. I'm an expert on energy because that's what my law firm does. Iran does not need a nuclear power plant for power. They got plenty of energy to export to the rest of the world. There is no reason in the world for them to have the peaceful use of nuclear power. Maybe France needs it. Maybe countries without natural resources need it. But Iran doesn't need it. So, why have they been doing this? They've been doing this because they want to become a nuclear power. Not only that, they have written that, they have said that, they have described that. The president reformer who runs Iran, Rouhani, in 03 and 05, continued to enrich uranium while they had a standstill agreement with us. He did it secretly and bragged about it, and we're negotiating with him. This is like playing poker with a guy who cheated you twice before. You know who does that? A moron.